The sun rose over the eternal city, casting a golden glow upon St. Peter's Square. The first light of dawn bathed the ancient architecture in a warm golden hue, as if the city itself was awakening to a new beginning. The cobblestones, worn by centuries of footsteps, seemed to shimmer with a renewed sense of purpose. It was a sight that spoke of history, of countless dawns that had come before, and of the promise of what was yet to come. It was a day for the history books, a day for the world to witness. People from all corners of the globe had gathered, their faces lit with excitement and curiosity. The air buzzed with the hum of conversations in myriad languages, each person eager to capture a piece of this historic moment. Cameras clicked, smartphones recorded, and social media buzzed with live updates as the world watched in real time. Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the humble shepherd from Manila, was to become Pope Louis I, the first Asian pope in the history of the Catholic Church. His journey from the bustling streets of Manila to the hallowed halls of the Vatican was nothing short of extraordinary. Known for his compassion and humility, Cardinal Tagle had touched countless lives, and now he stood on the brink of making history. A wave of anticipation swept across the square as the faithful gathered, their hearts filled with hope and their eyes turned towards the balcony. Flags from various nations fluttered in the breeze, a testament to the universal nature of the Church. The crowd, a sea of faces, each with their own story, waited with bated breath for the moment that would mark a new chapter in their shared faith. A new chapter in the long and storied history of the Catholic Church was about to begin. The significance of this moment was not lost on anyone present. It was a time of reflection on the past and a hopeful gaze towards the future. The grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, standing tall and majestic, served as a reminder of the Church's enduring legacy and its ability to adapt and evolve. The weight of expectation hung heavy in the air, a palpable sense of change mingled with the scent of incense. The faithful, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the morning sun, looked towards the balcony with a mixture of reverence and anticipation. The air was thick with the scent of incense, a symbol of prayers rising to the heavens, carrying with them the hopes and dreams of millions. The eyes of the world were upon Rome, drawn to this ancient city by the promise of a new era. Journalists from every corner of the globe had set up their cameras, ready to broadcast this historic event to millions of viewers. The significance of this moment transcended borders and cultures, uniting people in their shared anticipation of what was to come. This was not just a change in leadership, it was a seismic shift, a recognition of the global nature of the Catholic Church and the growing influence of Asia. The election of Pope Louis I was a testament to the Church's commitment to inclusivity and its acknowledgement of the diverse tapestry of its followers. It was a moment that signaled a new direction, one that embraced the richness of different cultures and traditions. The faithful, a tapestry of languages and cultures, stood shoulder to shoulder, united in their faith and their anticipation. Hands clasped in prayer, rosaries and prayer books held close, they embodied the unity and diversity of the Church. As they waited, their collective hope and faith created a powerful sense of community, a reminder that, despite their differences, they were all part of one global family. The bells of St. Peter's Basilica tolled, announcing the start of the ceremony. The sound echoed through the ancient walls, a call to the faithful and a signal to the world that a momentous event was about to unfold. As the first light of dawn bathed the basilica in a golden hue, the anticipation in the air was palpable. People from all walks of life had gathered, their faces turned towards the grand edifice, waiting for the sacred ritual to begin. Cardinals, resplendent in their scarlet robes, processed through the basilica, their faces etched with solemnity. Each step they took was measured, each movement deliberate, reflecting the gravity of the occasion. The rich red of their garments contrasted sharply with the cool marble of the basilica, creating a visual symphony of color and form. Their presence commanded respect, a testament to the centuries-old traditions they upheld. Then Cardinal Tagle appeared, his simple white cassock a stark contrast to the surrounding finery. His arrival was a moment of quiet dignity, a reminder of the humility that lies at the heart of true leadership. The simplicity of his attire spoke volumes, a silent testament to his commitment to service and his deep connection to the spiritual essence of the ceremony. The crowd erupted, a roar of cheers rising from the square as if to carry him to the throne. The energy was electric, a collective outpouring of joy and hope. People waved flags and banners, their voices merging into a single, powerful chorus. It was a moment of unity, a shared celebration of faith and tradition that transcended individual differences. His humility was evident, his demeanor gentle and compassionate, yet his eyes held a steely resolve. This was a man who understood the weight of his responsibilities, who carried the hopes and prayers of millions on his shoulders. His every gesture, every glance conveyed a deep sense of purpose and an unwavering commitment to his faith. The ancient rites of the papal coronation unfolded with timeless grace. Each ritual, steeped in history, was performed with meticulous care, a living link to the past. The air was thick with incense, the chants of the clergy resonating through the space, creating an atmosphere of reverence and awe. It was a powerful reminder of the continuity of faith, a thread that weaves through the fabric of time. Every element, every gesture was imbued with centuries of tradition, a visible link to the long lineage of popes stretching back through the ages. The intricate choreography of the ceremony, the solemnity of the participants, all spoke to a deep respect for the rituals that have defined the papacy for generations. It was a moment of profound connection to the past, a celebration of the enduring legacy of the Church. The investiture with the fisherman's ring, symbol of the papacy, was a moment of profound significance. This ring, a symbol of the Pope's authority and his role as the successor to St. Peter, was placed on his finger with great reverence. It was a tangible connection to the apostolic tradition, a reminder of the spiritual and temporal responsibilities that come with the office. Then came the papal pallium, a woolen band worn around the shoulders, signifying the Pope's role as shepherd of his flock. This simple yet powerful symbol, made from the wool of lambs blessed by the Pope, represented his duty to guide and protect his people. The placement of the pallium was a moment of quiet solemnity, a pledge of pastoral care and leadership. As Pope Louis I received these symbols of his office, a hush fell over the crowd, a moment of silent reverence in the heart of this celebration. The weight of the moment was felt by all, a collective recognition of the significance of the occasion. It was a moment of unity and reflection, a shared acknowledgement of the continuity of faith and the enduring power of tradition. Born into humble beginnings in the Philippines, Luis Antonio Tagle's journey to the papacy was one of unwavering faith and dedication to service. A bright student with a thirst for knowledge, he excelled in his studies, eventually earning a doctorate in theology. But it was his empathy for the poor and marginalized that truly set him apart. He worked tirelessly with Caritas Internationalis, the Church's leading charity organization, bringing relief and hope to those most in need across the globe. His charisma was undeniable. Whether addressing a gathering of world leaders or comforting a grieving family, he radiated warmth and compassion. He was known for his ability to connect with people from all walks of life, to speak to their hearts in a language they understood. His sermons were legendary, filled with humor and wisdom, challenging the faithful to live their lives with greater love and compassion. He was a shepherd who knew his flock, a leader who led by example. A world rejoices. The euphoria in St. Peter's Square was mirrored in cities and towns across the globe. In the Philippines, his homeland, celebrations reached a fever pitch. Churches overflowed with the faithful, their joyous hymns echoing through the streets. Fireworks illuminated the night sky, painting vibrant explosions of color against the darkness. From the bustling streets of Manila to the smallest villages, a nation erupted in pride, their beloved Cardinal Chito elevated to the highest office in their faith. World leaders, recognizing the significance of this historic moment, issued statements of congratulations and hope. Religious leaders from across the spectrum of faiths offered prayers and blessings, acknowledging the unifying power of faith in a divided world. Social media buzzed with messages of support, a testament to the global reach of Pope Louis I's message of love and inclusivity. In the name of humility. The choice of the name Luis was laden with symbolism. It wasn't just a name, it was a declaration, a statement of intent. By choosing this name, the new pope was aligning himself with a legacy of humility and service, a legacy that had deep roots in the history of the Church. It was a tribute to St. Louis IX of France, a king revered for his humility and his dedication to justice and peace. St. Louis IX was known for his fair rule and his efforts to bring about peace in a time of great turmoil. His life was a testament to the power of humility and leadership. It was also a nod to Saint Aloysius Gonzaga, the patron saint of youth, reflecting Pope Louis I's deep commitment to the next generation. Saint Aloysius Gonzaga dedicated his life to the service of others, particularly the young, and his legacy continues to inspire. The name itself, simple and unassuming, spoke volumes about the man who had chosen it, a man who placed service above self, a man who understood the true meaning of humility. In a world where titles and grandeur often overshadow the essence of leadership, this choice was profoundly meaningful. This choice resonated deeply with the faithful. It was a name that evoked a sense of closeness, a sense of shared values and common purpose. The faithful saw in Pope Louis I a leader who was one of them, someone who understood their struggles and aspirations. It was a clear signal that this papacy would be one of humility, of listening, of reaching out to those on the margins. Pope Louis I's actions and words consistently reflected this commitment. He made it clear that his leadership would be about inclusion, about bringing people together, and about addressing the needs of the most vulnerable. It was a rejection of pomp and circumstance, a return to the core values of the Church. The simplicity of his name was mirrored in the simplicity of his actions. He chose to forgo the trappings of power and instead focused on the essence of his mission. In a world often obsessed with power and status, Pope Louis I's choice was a breath of fresh air, a reminder that true leadership lay in service. His example serves as a powerful reminder that humility and service are the true hallmarks of greatness. Through his actions, he has shown that leadership is not about elevating oneself, but about lifting others. A Papacy of Hope. As Pope Louis I addressed the crowd for the first time, a hush fell over the square. His words, spoken in his characteristically warm and engaging manner, were both a promise and a challenge. He spoke of the need for unity in a world increasingly divided. He called for action on climate change, urging the faithful to be stewards of God's creation. He emphasized the importance of dialogue, of building bridges between faiths. His message resonated with people around the world, particularly the youth, who saw in him a leader who understood their concerns. His commitment to social justice, his embrace of technology, and his open and inclusive approach to dialogue offered a sense of hope, a belief that the Church could indeed be a force for positive change in the world. Please subscribe to our channel History Documentary Hub for more insightful videos and intriguing content.